So, welcome back. This is episode 2 of leveling this monk. I apologise for last episode with me being very rant-like and explaining what I'm going to do on this channel. So, to continue on with this series, I'm going to go more into about what I'm planning to do with this character and why I enjoy Pandaren as a race. So, to basically start off, what I'm going to say is, with this character I am planning to do DPS for Mythic Pluses, and then healing for everything else. I'm going to be a Mistweaver monk most of the way. I feel a very deep connection with a Mistweaver monk, and to be honest, I like throwing Jade Mist around and being attuned to the Jade Celestial Serpent, which is named Yulong. She's like of wisdom and all that sort of thing. So, at the end of the last episode, we managed to collect Howl, the Spirit of Fire, and right now I'm bringing him back to the temple. Master Shangzi is gonna thank me for that, and we're gonna move on to collecting the Water Spirit. But, yeah, so I'm gonna mostly be a Mistweaver main, and it doesn't matter what Blizzard does to a class. If you like playing that, you're gonna play it. So I'm just gonna fix my HUD up there, it broke a little. So, other than that, I'm gonna be a Mistweaver. I'm probably going to pick my talents based on what I'm mostly gonna do on my Mistweaver monk, which is definitely going to be raids like Battle for Drazara Law and Crucible of Storms, which is coming out in 8.2. So, righto. Okay, so me and Pandaren. This is something that a lot of people, friends included, have been asking me about. Why do I enjoy playing a Pandaren? What is so special to me about a Pandaren? Well, what's so special to me about a Pandaren is that Pandaren are very, let's say, relaxing to play for me. I get this sense of zen from playing them, and a lot of people are gonna be like, what? But it's true, I feel a lot of zen from playing Pandaren, and I'm probably going to in the future make a lot of videos about leveling Pandaren characters, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that, leveling Pandaren characters. So, just gonna move all this around. I didn't do this last episode because I was more thinking about getting everything set up and talking to you all. But, so, Pandaren as a race, a lot of people don't like them, but for me, I see a lot of benefit, not only with just their racials, I see a lot of potential with them as a race, because they are one of the few races that haven't been selected for a model update, because they are a newer type race. But with the Worgen and Goblins slowly becoming available as races that are going to be updated, the Pandaren are not far off. The Pandaren are probably going to be one of the next races to be updated and given that new gorgeous fur texture. Now, I'm hoping that this fur texture will make a lot of people enjoy Pandarens. I love Pandarens as they are now, just to say. And I think that that new fur texture would greatly benefit them. I mean, let's look at these monks, for example. Like, I'll just aim the camera up a little, or when I get up there, like, but you can see from this angle that the fur is just like drawn on and it's all linear and it's going like one way. But with Blizzard's new fur style, it makes it look much more realistic. And yes, realistic in a cartoony way, but it still makes it look more realistic than what we've got right now. So, let's just get up here, and up onto here. So, if you take a look at the more less clothed Pandaren, you can see that their fur is very low res and all that sort of thing, and it's very linear in style. But this means that when they update these models eventually, they're going to be much more appealing, and I'm hoping they get more hairstyles too. But hey, a girl can dream, right? They probably won't ever get new hairstyles because their hairstyles are quite lovely as they are, and my hood covers up this toon's hairstyle, but it is the long tail chopsticks with bangs. It's not actually called that, that's just how I explain what it looks like, because that's what it looks like. Sorry for yawning, but yeah, so it looks like, well, let's see, kind of like this Pandaren's hairstyle, without the bands around their hair, and it's got longer bangs and like chopsticks coming out of the hair. I think if I go towards Asa, she has that very same hairstyle, just a different hair colour. So we'll just hand in JoJo's quest. When doing these quests, always hand in JoJo's first, because it will stop you getting the next quest. And you don't want to be running back and forth. Right, so yeah, so I have the same hairstyle as Asa, but this little bit here has like green on it. So let's just grab all of this stuff and go talk to Old Man Lulang. Now, I don't think I grabbed the cloak. Yeah, I didn't grab the cloak. How silly of me. I should have grabbed the cloak before. Right. So we'll grab this earth root, and then we will continue on our journey. To be honest, these videos, and you will see as I grow as a channel, and with my editing skills, these videos will probably be more edited, I won't rant as much, and I will probably stick to a point. But with me, I probably, for the first year or so, I will probably talk about random things and get sidetracked off of my main points of a video, but you know, it's fun to have random points come up sometimes. So, to continue on what I was talking about Pandarens and why I feel that they're very good and relaxing, is let's look at their racials for a second here. Their first racial, which helps me a lot because you find me falling off cliffs a lot in this game. Bouncy allows us to take half of our falling damage, which means a cliff that would normally kill any other player in this game will possibly make us survive by like 10%, maybe less. So just take that into account, that if you see me jump off a cliff and I survive on my Pandaren, you're not going to survive that jump on your other characters unless they are a Pandaren. Right, the next one is Epicurean, and Epicurean means that you get 100% more of the stats from your well-fed effects. So basically this means that your well-fed effect doubles. So, for example, this piece of sugarcane stalk gives us 1 agility for 15 minutes. This means that it will give us 2 agility for 15 minutes. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but in low levels that is quite a lot. I just forget to put it on all the time. Right. The next one is Gourmand, which means you get an increase to your cooking skill at all times with all of your different expansion cooking, which means you'll get plus 15 already learned in your vanilla Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, Mists of Pandaria, Cataclysm, and all of those. So it basically gives you a big head start. The next racial is one that people don't really think about, and they forget that it's a thing with Pandarens. We get double the rested experience, which means instead of 200% XP, we get 300% when we're rested. So you have your regular 100% when you're not rested, then you get another 100 when you're rested, but because we're a Pandaren, we get 200 for that rested bonus. So that means we get more. Right? And that also helps if you're leveling a monk. If you specifically want to level a monk, I'm not saying you have to play a Pandaren, but... Oh yeah, this quest is bugged, by the way. You have to run back to Asa to get the quest for some reason. But, so what this means is that if you want to level a monk and you want to level them quickly, you'll benefit from doing just an hour worth of leveling a day, whether it's through a dungeon or questing, because if you log out in a major city and then use your Zen pilgrimage at level 20 to get your daily quest, which gives you extra leveling bonuses, then, you know, you're gonna get more XP, because if you're rested and then you get that buff, you just quest until the end of that buff, and then you can log off of that toon for the day. Specifically with Pandarens though. If you do it with a regular monk, yeah, you can still do that, but you don't get that extra rested bonus, and logging out in a city is pretty much pointless. But yeah, so Pandaren monks are one of the quickest ones to level in the game, especially if you remember to do your quests. But you must remember that these quests only go to level 90, so you can only speed level to 90, and then the rest of the way you're on your own. So, I now have my first healing ability, and you can see that it's all misty and all awesome. Right, so we will keep on going. We have about 8 more minutes in this video, so you never know what's going to happen. Now, I keep forgetting to change the belt and gloves over, because I forget we don't have leveling gear for that. Eventually, we're probably going to have leveling gear for like every slot in the game. Right, apologies for yawning. Very tired. Now, I didn't do this the first episode, but I actually have the new Hearthstone toys that you can get, which replaces your Hearthstone. And I like the Lunar Elder's Hearthstone, because it makes you kneel down in a loon's light and shoot fireworks into the sky before you hearth back to your major city or town. So, right. Now, I didn't really show you guys the awesomeness of this area, but before the Legion Monk class hall, before this becomes the Monk class hall at 100, those pools that turned me into a frog and a skunk earlier, there are another ones that turn you into a crane, a turtle, and a crocodile, like a baby crocodile. The baby crocodile one's kind of cool, but you can only do it in that pool, and it's just a random thing that Blizzard put in, and it's really cool. Now, it shouldn't be any surprise to you that with the whole Chinese farming persona going on in this bit of the zone, that you have a granary full of giant piles of grain, and you've got rice fields and giant vegetables for some reason. But hey, who doesn't like giant vegetables, am I right? Now, I know that if any of you are younger members of my audience, then you're probably gonna sit there and go, ugh, vegetables, but hey, you're gonna grow up and you're gonna love vegetables, I can guarantee it. Because I can tell you now, carrot, you don't have to eat it raw. Like, if you don't like it raw, then you don't like it raw. I don't like carrot raw. But you know, you can steam or cook carrot. It doesn't really affect it that much. It's still a vegetable. And same with the I think those are supposed to be pumpkins. And of course you've got berries, which aren't really a vegetable, but they count. Yeah, so they are pumpkins. They're both pumpkins. In this game, I think they're called Mogu pumpkins, and these are called Juicy Crunch carrots. But yeah, so everybody else does the whole vermin thing up there. I do the vermin thing down here because you can get the carrots, the stolen carrots you need for your other quest. But yeah, so on another note, when you think about it in the sense of raiding, Pandarens are quite good for raiding because they get that double stat buff, which means they're gonna have more of that stat, and that basically means that they're gonna either do more damage, more healing, or have better mana regen, etc. I mean, they're not by far the best pick for certain classes. Like, I'm pretty sure Pandarens aren't good for warrior, but they are very good for certain other classes. Like, I know that Pandaren hunters and Pandaren rogues both are equally as good as if you were to go on a class that had a bonus for hunter abilities. Which I think is like trolls and humans anyway, so it's like, do you want to look like a weird troll with three toes, or a boring human, or do you want to be a panda that like looks like it's ready to punch your face in? You know, it's up to you. But yeah, so let's go get these pilfered pumpkins. And if you can hear it in the background, I am listening to one of the pieces of music that's in my music I listen to while playing playlist. I didn't have it on the first video because I wanted you to pay attention to what I was saying. You don't have to pay attention to these a lot of the time, you can just watch me mess around on a panda. Right. So, I think the next one is gonna be in like not a while. You're gonna be stuck listening to this one for a while because this goes for an hour. And this video isn't gonna go for an hour. So, the quests are starting to slow down, and this happens with every questing zone. As soon as you start getting to almost level 10, the quests do feel like they're slowing down, but they're not actually slowing down. It's just less quests with harder complete things, like killing 10 vermin, for example, compared to your 6 training targets. So, you know, it starts getting a lot heavier. I mean, this video is almost ready to be wrapped up because I'm trying to keep these to a certain time limit so you can watch these really quickly and not be stuck watching me talk for like hours on end. Alright, so we need to get one more turnip, and then I'm going to hand in these quests, and then I'm going to probably wrap it up and we'll move on. So we basically have already collected the water spirit shoe, and we are now on our way to getting Wugu. Now, these are the 2 starting quests to get Wugu, so the next episode we are probably going to unlock Wugu and return to the temple. And once we've returned to the temple, we have to go find the element of air, the spirit of air, and that is when the questline really starts to get exciting. So I'm hoping to do that in a very, like, its own episode, which might be episode 4. So we'll just hand in rascals to G Firepaw. Right, and get the next quest before I wrap this one up. So we will go stand down in the rice fields to end this lovely video. So we'll just go down into the rice fields. Okay, so thank you for watching, and again, please leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're enjoying my content. Please leave any suggestions in the comments if you want me to do a specific video, and I will do it for you depending. So thank you again, bye!